Okay. If you guys got questions, you can type them down below. I'm gonna hop into it. Would you rather?
Oh,
Would,
wow. Okay.
would you rather save money or spend money?
Ah, spend
Let's be
money.
honest.
Yeah, spend money
Okay. Would
for
you rather?
sure.
Would you rather spend money or make money?
I'll make it so I can spend it.
That's a good answer. Okay. Would you rather? I know you mentioned you got a second job, right, during your journey.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Would you rather earn a lot of money doing a job you hate or earn less than half doing a job you love?
It depends. So, like, I know it's a would you rather, but it kind of depends. If it's for a short-term sacrifice for a long-term goal, I can do something I hate for more money so that I can complete this goal. But as far as like career-wise and what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, I can't hate it. No, my peace is too important.
What's short term though? Because when we say short term, that might be a month, that might be 8 years. You know what I'm
Short term
saying?
could be 5 years. I mean, if you
Okay.
live 80 years, 5 years is short term. Shoot, 20 of that is kind of short term, so it all just depends on how long you would do it. But I mean, becoming debt free definitely takes sacrifice. It takes discipline. You have to be mentally stable. The budget is necessary. You have to have one. However, it's not perfect. So it's okay if you mess it up, but you got to be able to stay on track or bring yourself back on track so you can keep going.
Were there any specific resources you can give to the people listening right now that helped you with your journey?
Yes. So I kind of mentioned the hash. If you follow the hashtag debt free community, there are so many people in that community that are debt free, that are becoming debt free, that are paying off any amount of money. There's big shovels, there's tiny shovels, but they just are always posting about it, keeping each other motivated. That really helped me. I met some amazing people in that community that kind of pushed me to even become debt free when I did. My original date was in July of 2020, and I ended up becoming debt free in April 2020. Specifically for the Black community and the Black personal finance community, they also have amazing resources. And anybody that needs some type of motivation or success stories, anything like that, I would definitely go there. And another thing I would tell everyone to Google or YouTube is a debt-free scream from Dave Ramsey's podcast or show. Those are the most liberating like moments in someone else's life that you feel like you're celebrating with them, like, and it's just so encouraging to hear those people's stories and what they've done to become debt free.
Okay, we got a question from T. She participated the most.
Yes,
You
that's my
said
prima
sacrifice.
sister.
Okay, what was the biggest thing you had to sacrifice on your journey?
The biggest thing, wow. So probably personal care. Like I didn't get my nails done, I didn't get my eyebrows done, I didn't get my hair trimmed. Um, I really had to cut down on a lot of spending. I wasn't able to shop a ton. I wasn't able to travel lavishly or, crazy how I normally would. Um, I literally was sending, anything I could within my own budget to my loans, but like any type of refund check, stimulus. I sold a car. That was probably a really big one too. I sold my second car for a really cheap price, but I just wanted to be done and get it over with. And it was for $1,200, and I put the whole 1,200 on my debt.
Okay, appreciate that answer. Just as a reminder, the episode drops tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time. If y'all got questions, drop them down below. Because T already asked a couple questions, that's someone that executes. DM me your Cash App T. I want to send you something after I get hop off the live.
Yeah.
If you guys got more questions, type them down below. What do you think is a common misconception people have that keeps them in student loan debt?
I think that they feel defeated or intimidated by their balance. We get out of school, especially in our generation, we get out of school and we barely got a job that'll cover our living expenses, let alone a student loan payment. So people think that, you know, they're like defeated by it before they even begin starting to pay them back. So they're either ignored or they're, no one's even paying attention to them, or they get on this income based like repayment plan, things like that. So I think that they just believe that, it's always going to be there and it's always part of them. And I'm here to tell you, you do not have to live in student loan debt forever. You don't even have to live in it for more than 5 years, to be honest. Because if you pinch every penny out of your budget, you can pay it off so much quicker. And both him and I are testimonies to that.
Perfect. We got a question from Unapologetic Dira, I think. Now that you are debt free, what are things you put in place to continue to grow?
Wow, that's so good. So I am still budgeting. I'm still checking my budget. One main thing that is really good that I'm going to continue to do is track my expenses. Because having a budget is just the first part. If you don't know how much money is coming out of that category, you're still going to probably go over budget or be under budget and be able to send more money when you didn't think you could. I am about to read more books this year so I can continue to grow. I really want to learn about investing, stock funds, index funds, things like that. So now that I have my fully funded emergency fund, I'm going to really dive into upping my retirement, pouring into my son's 529 account, and I'm going to come up with a plan to pay off my mortgage early.
Awesome. All right, we got a question. Why do you think people struggle so bad to keep a budget or become debt free?
Because they think that budgeting is like a restriction, like it's telling you what you can't do. When in reality, it's all about your mindset. So if you go into it like, this is telling me I can't spend X amount of dollars on, XYZ. Instead, look at it as, this is giving me permission to spend this amount of money on X, Y, and Z. So you're telling your money where to go instead of feeling like, I'm not able to do this because I'm on a budget. Like, no, I'm not able to do this at this moment because I have a financial goal that I'm about to crush. And I'm going to stick to it until it's done. And then I can do whatever I want because I'll be able to keep my money.
We got a question. Where can we get updates on the Biden Kamala 10K loan removal?
Okay, so I have a couple of people in the debt-free community on Instagram that I follow that have really good information on this. One is at Debt-Free Gonna Be. She always posts very, very informative content on what's happening in the political world, as it has so much to do with finances, especially in the Black community. You can also follow Babe on a Budget blog, I think is what the new one is. She just changed her name recently. So it's Babe on a Budget blog, yes. And another one is Zero Based Budget. Her name is Cindy. She's a lawyer. She paid off $215,000 of student loan debt by herself on a single income. And yeah, those three are my top people to go for like what's happening in the world and updates.
Nice. And I'll add one is I think it's Kezia or something like that. You could DM me and then I'll send it to you. I'll send you her name, but yeah, she has a YouTube and goes in on that too. All right, so best advice for people who believe credit over debt-free life.
Oh, what you studying for the gram for? Who are you trying to be in and have all this credit for? Like, what is it? Is it like when you have credit, especially like a credit card, you are paying for something that happened in the past or paying for something you already ate. Or if you buy clothes, you're paying for something that, yes, you're wearing right now, but it no longer has tags on it, so it's not new. I think that, people that live off credit, you obviously may be living above your means. I think if you live within your means and not absolutely below your means, you can make so much more stride on becoming debt free and having more money because you don't owe as many people money. And the more credit you have, the lower your, more credit cards or more debt you have in that, the lower your net worth. And to get, a higher net worth and be able to leave something for a generational wealth, you have to pay off your debt. Like that's literally where it starts.
Awesome, awesome. So, just as a reminder, the episode is dropping tomorrow. Follow at Debt Free Podcast for more updates. It's going to drop at 9 a.m. Pacific, or 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time. We have about 4 minutes. If you have any additional questions, please drop them below so that we can ask Brittany of Fit Mamas. Transitioning. So we talk about fitness, you being a mom, also finance. What would you say is the relationship between fitness and how it's helped you succeed financially?
So being fit, one, it's for me, it means I'm being productive. I'm doing something for myself, taking time for myself, but it also takes a lot of discipline. It's not easy to get up and make sure you make that gym session or make sure you show up to the gym. Like that's the hardest part is getting there. Once you're there, you know exactly how to handle it, what to do. But before you get there, there's so many things that go through your mind on what else you could be doing or how tired you are or you're not seeing the results you want or whatever the case may be. So, you know, being fit in your mind enough to being fit physically makes you feel good about yourself. It releases endorphins. And then, you know, when you're crushing fitness goals, that can easily roll over into your finance goals and what you're doing there. When I take time to be fit in the gym, and to show up for myself and to feel good about myself, I am a better mother and I'm more fit to handle my finances.
Awesome, awesome. What are your favorite workouts? I'm just curious.
Um, so I have two separate trainers. One is a weight training trainer and another one we do like HIIT and full body workouts. Um, so my favorite, I don't know if I have anything specific. I mean, I love doing squats and feeling like I'm strong. Um, and but I also love like a good HIIT cardio workout, full body where I can hit arms, legs, abs, everything. We had one
Okay.
more question.
Oh, we did? Shoot, I missed it.
Yep. That's all right. If you are debt free, how do you continue to build and maintain credit? Wonderful, wonderful question. So one, the main goal is to become debt free besides your mortgage first. So me still having a mortgage is allowing me to maintain credit. Another thing that helps you build it. I had closed and cut up my credit cards was on my debt free journey because I was not self-disciplined enough to not put something on credit. So now that when I tell you I've literally transformed into a better person in managing my money, now I do have a credit card and I'm paying it off literally within 2, 3 days of my charges being posted. So I'm just continuing to, you know, build credit that way. And the more debt you have, the more that screams, I love debt, or the higher credit score you have, that means the more debt you've paid. So although I'm paying my credit cards off in full, and not carrying a balance, it's still considered a type of debt. So according to the credit bureaus. So when I'm paying those off and I'm accumulating balances and then paying it off right away, it's allowing me to show credit history and that my utilization as well.
Awesome, awesome. So, any last minute questions? I'm going to end with my last question. So, the title of your episode is basically called Debt is Like Jail, right? So, I want to know, what do you want people to take from your episode?
So I said that is like Joe. But one, I want to put a disclaimer out that I've never been to jail, and people are probably going to listen to the episode like, dang, she know all about that. No, I've never been to jail. I just know what I see on TV. I'm actually currently binge watching For Life, so that's kind of how that came to mind. But anyways, so I want people to take away that, you know, there are so many things and different types of avenues and approaches you can take to become debt free. There are so many tools and resources out there. And if you need any help, there are so many people that are willing to help you. There's so many people giving you, free game. There is so much free game, and Google can be your best friend if there is something you do not know. So I just really want people to know that they can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. The main takeaway from my episode is, you know, for someone who had student loan debt, paid it off, was completely debt free. I saved $15,000 for a down payment on my home. And then besides my mortgage, I went back into debt again for a car and credit cards and medical bills. So it's like literally you have to want to do it. You have to want to make the change, and you have to want to begin generational wealth. And my son coming into my life legit changed that whole trajectory for me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I think they'll get it when they hear the podcast episode. But yeah, they're gonna get the whole jail analogy.
Yeah, I can't believe that's the one you chose. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, I could change it, but leave it how it is.
No,
But
it's all right. We'll just leave it because
okay,
people
right.
are gonna be like, "Wow, they must be talking about jail, the drama."
It's gotta be clickbait so people listen,
Yeah,
But,
pretty much.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate y'all coming tonight. The episode drops tomorrow, 9 a.m. I keep messing up.
Eastern.
9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time. What's up, Winfred? We're about to end it right now. Go check out the previous episodes. And yeah, man, any last words, Brittany?
I just want to thank everyone for tuning into this live. The podcast drops tomorrow, so please, please, please take a listen. Send it to somebody who you think can benefit from it. It's about to do numbers. It's about to be the most listened podcast yet. So let's run it up.
All righty. Everybody have a blessed one.
Thank you.